Hey, I hope you're doing great. And this video finds you living the life you desire. For those who may not know, I know I have a lot of new subscribers to the channel. Let me introduce myself. My name is Cassandra Hill, also known as the Transformation Agent for Black women. And my vision in life, I envision a world where Black women have emotional and mental well-being, and for those of us who are entrepreneurs, we have that financial stability we deserve. So I want to thank all the newbies who subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're watching this video right now and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That is a free way to support this channel, and then share this information with someone else. You could potentially save a life. All right, so today I just want to talk about the green light. The green light in relationships. Oftentimes when we talk about abuse, we talk about it in knowing the red flags to look for, and that's important to be able to identify um, those things that put you at risk for finding yourself in an abusive relationship. But also, equally important is knowing when you're in a healthy relationship, a relationship where you and that other individual are bringing out the best in one another and supporting one another in a way where you're becoming the best version of yourself. Because any relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, even in business, it should be a win win for both parties. And if you ever find yourself in a situation where it's not a win win, do some re-evaluation of that and be open to other opportunities, possibilities. Because if a person, whether it's business, personal, if they're bringing out the worst in you, there's a good chance that you're not bringing out the best in that person either. And you're not doing each other any favors by staying in a situation like that. For those who've been following for a little while, you know that I do a lot of work around women who have experienced domestic abuse. One of the resources I think is so great is this quiz, which you could find this quiz, healthy relationship quiz. It's on the website loveisrespect.org. I'm gonna be sure to put a link to their website in the video description. But the quiz is a really useful tool, and it's only 26 questions. They're all yes, no. And then at the end of the quiz, based on your scores, you'll know whether or not you're in a healthy relationship. And it's really um, easy. It really, sometimes quizzes ask the weirdest questions, and it's like, okay, let me process through this. But it's things that you should be able, okay, you see the question and like, this is a yes for me, this is a no for me. Highly recommend doing that, because right now we live in a world where the word love is used so much. You may say, well, I love Starbucks, or I love Louis Vuitton, or whatever, fill in the blank. And it's not that you actually love those things. You may really, really enjoy it, but I think it's a stretch to say that you love a bag or whatever your favorite drink is from Starbucks. You just enjoy it. That's all. But because we use that word so much, even when it comes to relationships, it's easy for us to think that certain behaviors are love that's not really love. And when we actually get exposed to real love, it's hard for us to identify it. Um, but before you take this quiz, I want you to consider um, this one of my favorite chapters in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13. And it's called, a lot of people call it the love chapter because it just does a really great job of highlighting what love is, being patient, kind, long suffering. It just goes into explicit detail on what love looks like. And so when you delve into that and read that, and it's just a few verses there right at the top of the chapter in 1 Corinthians 13, it will help you to understand, like, okay, this is love. um, because we, especially I think for us women, we find ourselves thinking, whether it's a guy saying, "Oh, I want you to do this and not that," we might think, "Oh, that's so sweet," but it may be a form of control, right? To where when we get in a healthy relationship, because we may have experienced so many unhealthy, toxic relationships, to where you're in this healthy relationship and a guy may say, well, hey, sweetie, um, you're having a girls' night out. When you get back in, would you send me a text and let me know you're home? And that's just a matter of, hey, I just want to make sure you're safe and sound, to where things like that might be a trigger for us just based on past experiences. So it's really important for us to know what a healthy relationship looks like and what real love looks like, especially when we think about us as Black women. The numbers are really disheartening. We think about Black women across the U.S. Set, there is an epidemic where right now, women in general, 1 in 3 women in general experience domestic abuse. But when you specifically hone in on Black women, 45% of Black women experience domestic abuse from their intimate partners. Now, these numbers is based off research from the National Domestic Abuse Hotline. So this is data based on women who have called the hotline, and have reported abuse. As we know, there's so many cases that don't go reported. So that 45%, it more than likely is significantly over half of Black women experience domestic abuse in intimate relationships. In my humble opinion, this is a crisis. This is an epidemic in our community. So we really want to get to doing the work of healing ourselves. And me as a Black woman, I got to focus on my healing. And as I focus on my healing, inherently, I will attract um, people in relationships that will, whether it's personal or professional, you'll find yourself being attracted to people, and people being attracted to you, who realize your value and your worth and treat you accordingly. If you would like resources in supporting you and knowing your worth, I highly recommend checking out my worthy affirmations. My worthy affirmations, you'll see the link for that in my link tree, Healer Cassandra. I'll be sure to post a link for that. You'll find those worthy affirmations there, as well as other resources that's available, like the Love Letters to My Girls book and other resources to support you in knowing your worth and unapologetically loving yourself as a woman, especially as a Black woman. If I can be of any support to you, if you're finding yourself in a relationship that's not healthy, if I can be of support to you, feel free to reach out, whether you want to leave a comment or if it's something um, of a more serious nature, feel free to send me a private message, but I'm here to support you. And as always, know that I'm wishing you love, health, and happiness. Until next time, stay blessed.